Hello, today we start with coordinate geometry, and before we even start with any of the examples, I want you to look at this message. Please do these exercises in your quad books, okay? The one writing book with the little blocks, or just do it on block paper because this makes it much easier. Okay, if we look at coordinate geometry, people, then this joins the algebra and the geometry. Now, what is really important here is that you must have basic geometric knowledge. You must know the properties of all the triangles and the quadrilaterals. You must know which have equal sides, which have perpendicular sides, which have parallel sides. You must know the facts of their diagonals, which ones are equal, which ones bisect, which ones are perpendicular. You must know your basic geometry of triangles as well as quadrilaterals. Right, let's look at the first point. You must be able to calculate the length of a line segment. So let's look at this example. For instance, they give you a line which is AB, okay? And then A has a coordinate, which in this case is called x1. Remember, you read it off from the x-axis, and y1, which is read off from the y-axis. And B has a coordinate of x2, which is read off the x-axis, and y2, which is read off the y-axis. Now, these are really important for you to always label your 2 points as 1 and 2 because we will use that in the formula. Okay, now because they are asking us the length of AB, we can then draw a right angled triangle underneath that line. Okay, and if you look at the length, and we call this point C, and if you look at the length of BC, people, then this is the subtraction of y2, okay, minus y1. That length minus that length. And then if you look at the length of AC, then we can subtract x2 minus x1. So in each case, when you are given the two coordinates, you can actually calculate the length of BC and you can calculate the length of AC. And that brings us to Pythagoras. And you should know Pythagoras, people. The rule for Pythagoras is we have the square of the one short side plus the square of the second short side, which gives us the square of the hypotenuse, which is always the longest side. Okay, so Pythagoras, people, in this case is AB squared, okay, AB squared is equal to AC squared plus BC squared. AC squared plus BC squared. But if you now look at while we calculated this length, then AC is point x2 minus x1, and then we must square it, and BC is y2 minus y1, and we must square it. And because we want the length of AB, not AB squared, we're going to take the square root of the whole lot. So important.